Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we bring you a story that may not be drenched in scandal or wrapped in sensational headlines, but one that carries a quiet weight of history, loyalty, and deep, unspoken emotions. This is a story about hope, a father's hope, and the walls of tradition that threaten to crush it. Prince Harry has recently spoken about something deeply personal. His hope that Archie and little Lilibet will one day have a freedom to choose their own paths in life, paths that might even lead them back into the royal fold as working royals. It sounds simple enough, doesn't it? A father dreaming of opportunities for his children. But inside the palace, this idea hasn't just raised eyebrows. It sparked an emotionally charged debate that cuts to the heart of everything the modern monarchy stands for. Two young royals, born far away from Buckingham Palace, across the Atlantic Ocean in California, are tethered to that grand institution by blood, but detached from it by choice, or rather, by their parents' choice. Their futures now hang in a delicate balance, shaped by the weight of history, the burden of legacy, and a family fracture that feels deeper than ever. When the Sunday Times reported on June 21st, 2025, on what just so happened to be Prince William's 43rd birthday, that William and his inner circle were amused, even slightly baffled, by Harry's aspiration for his children, it was more than just a headline. It was a window into the mindset of the man who will one day be king. According to sources close to him, William is no longer consumed by the chaos of family drama. Gone are the days of heated exchanges and back-and-forth bitterness. A friend of the future king said it best. He doesn't let this stuff dominate his thoughts anymore. This is a new William, hardened, focused, and perhaps irrevocably detached from the turbulence that his younger brother continues to stir across the Atlantic. For William, the mission now is singular, the monarchy, its survival, and his role as its future head. Everything else? Background noise. And yet, on the other side of the world, Prince Harry's emotions are anything but cold. His recent return to Angola, the same land where his mother, Princess Diana, once walked, campaigning against the scourge of landmines, wasn't just another humanitarian engagement. It was something deeper, almost symbolic. A son retracing his mother's footsteps, yearning for healing, for connection, and above all, for a sense of legacy. Afterward, his words were telling. This wasn't just about charity. It was about the kind of world he wants for his children, a world where duty doesn't feel like a chain but a choice. But here's the painful reality. Archie and Lilibet may carry royal titles now, Prince and Princess, under King Charles III's reign, but those titles are little more than ceremonial ornaments. In practice, they hold no real place in the machinery of the monarchy. Insiders insist that under William's leadership, those children will almost certainly remain outside the royal fold. The doors Harry dreams of opening for them, they may already be bolted shut. Yes, King Charles has met Lilibet, his youngest granddaughter, and there are whispers of another meeting when Harry reportedly returns to the UK this September. But let's not kid ourselves. Charles and Queen Camilla are expected to spend much of that time at Balmoral, and according to royal biographer Tom Bower, Harry shouldn't hold his breath for an invitation. If a meeting does happen, Bower predicts it will be entirely behind closed doors. Why? Because the king's health is fragile. Every move is calculated, every moment precious. And then there's a growing shadow of William, whose influence looms larger with every passing day. One blunt insider put it this way: their roles were sealed the day Harry walked away. And that, dear viewers, is a tragedy playing out before our eyes. Charles, despite all the pain and all the public fallout, seems to want reconciliation, at least in some quiet form. Reports of behind-the-scenes discussions between Windsor and Sussex representatives earlier this month suggest that the monarch, perhaps mindful of time's relentless march, hopes to mend fences. But there's a glaring absence in these efforts. William and Catherine. They weren't in those rooms. They didn't pick up those calls. And their silence speaks volumes. As Tom Bower so sharply put it, Harry's dream of reintegration depends on two things: how long Charles lives, and how Harry behaves. Because when Charles is gone, when that crown passes to William, the landscape changes completely. If there's even the faintest flicker of hope for Archie and Lilibet to be embraced as royals with purpose, it's tied to Charles. Under William, that chapter might already be closed, if it was ever truly open. Friends say William has changed. He's grown colder, more resolute. The betrayal he felt after Spare in the Netflix series hasn't healed. If anything, those wounds hardened him. He doesn't speak of his brother anymore, not out of venom, but out of something deeper, finality. To those close to him, William is no longer the brother trying to fix things. He's the king-in-waiting who has decided that the best way to lead is to stop looking back. And for Harry, that's the cruelest truth of all. He can hope all he wants, for choice, for belonging, for service, but those dreams may remain just that, dreams, unless reconciliation happens now, while Charles still breathes life into that possibility. Because when the crown shifts, the walls will close in, and they won't reopen. So we ask you, dear viewers, is there still time? Can this rift be healed, or are Archie and Lilibet destined to live their lives as royals by blood but not by duty? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And if you're as fascinated by this ever-twisting saga of the House of Windsor as we are, hit that like button, share this video with fellow royal watchers, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking stories and deep dives into the drama behind palace doors. Because if there's one thing this family never fails to deliver, it's a plot twist. And something tells us the next one is already on the horizon.